So this is our new setup for our easy picture books. We have reclassified them. They were in author last name A to Z like Dewey and every other library, but after 3 years of watching our students kind of struggle finding books on their own, we decided we would kind of reclassify and organize it so that the students are empowered to find books on their own. And some of it is still A to Z order, so they'll still learn that, and we've got lots of activities. But I wanted to walk through and just give a quick example of what this looks like. Obviously, there will be a little bit more signage and books on top at the beginning of the school year. But for now, this is what we have. We have the character corner, which consists of characters that the students typically look for and would recognize, as well as famous authors like Kevin Henkes, Bill Martin, Eric Carle, Jan Brett, and obviously Dr. Seuss. Mo Willems is there. So these are just ones that we feel the students will recognize and be on the hunt for. But if they're looking for something a little different, we have this section for them. And this is organized by animal. And we did a couple different things with this. We talked about lots of categories and then 2 categories, and the pets and wildlife got a little too overwhelming. So instead we have broken it down by dogs, cats, horses, other pets, dinosaurs, farm animals. You see Olivia down there. We figured they would want to look for her. And I did that. There's kind of some integrated, so we put like Bear Snores On down here with the other bear books, but he's mixed in with the forest animals, the insects, the fish. There are birds, and then you'll see there's a big wildlife. So that was kind of like our everything else. If it didn't fit in one of those other categories, we popped it over there. We have All About Me from A to Z. This is anything that what I would call realistic fiction if it were a chapter book genre. Things about family, friends, growing up, what makes us unique or special. So that's kind of all mixed in there. We have a small sports section. We're going to have to grow that guy. It was interesting to see how few sports picture books I had. Transportation. And then this is my big school area. So anything that happened to be about teachers, school, the arts, music, that all got mixed in here, learning about the alphabet. This one is more for my teachers. I have fairy tales. We have a more extensive collection elsewhere, but this was already integrated in the easy picture books section. And fractured fairy tales. I get so many questions about where fractured fairy tales are, so now I have a whole shelf. We have some folklore. Again, I have a bigger selection in our nonfiction area, but this is more geared towards the younger kids. And then we have some historical picture books. So anything that has to do with culture, American history, things like that are over here. And this one we were pretty excited about. This is how we did the calendar throughout the year. So you'll see we've got fall and winter on top, but also mixed in our books, we have the calendar. So this is something that kindergarten through 1st grade really works on, is learning the calendar throughout the year. So we made little notes, and you'll see that the books and the cubbies correspond. My 4th graders that helped me do this decided we should put all the Christmas books on the bottom. So you'll see all kinds of Christmas books along the bottom. We're thinking we'll have some fun decorating that that time of year. And then you're probably wondering, there's probably some books somewhere that don't fit in these categories. Surprisingly, though, we got it all to fit on one shelf. So this is our everything else shelf. And just kind of your mix match. I have Waldo down there, The Book That Eats People, which is very popular in our library. So there's some things that might get reclassified, and I stuck some nature books there too. That seemed to be a good place to put them. So again, I think you'll see a lot more me posting about how this turns out next year, but I'm really hoping that what it will do is really empower our younger students to feel more confident in picking books on their own.